So if you're still banking on your, let's say, your blue or burgundy passport as the ultimate golden ticket, the 2026 Global Passport Index is a pretty serious wake-up call.
It really is.
We're not just looking at travel convenience anymore. We are watching the entire asset class of citizenship go through a complete inversion. The old hierarchy is just, it's crumbling.
It is, and I think the most dangerous thing you can do right now is just assume your passport's power is static. The whole point of this deep dive is to understand why global mobility is shifting from a right to, well, a strictly managed financial asset.
And why holding just one might be the biggest risk in your portfolio.
Exactly.
Okay, so let's get into the leaderboard. I mean, I wasn't surprised to see Singapore at #1 again. That's 3 years running now.
Right, 192 destinations.
Yeah.
That is a serious moat they've built.
But looking at the data, the real story isn't Singapore's dominance. It's the slide we're seeing from the traditional powerhouses.
That's that Western decline everyone's talking about. You know, back in 2014, the U.S. and the U.K. were tied for first place.
Tied for first. And now
in 2026, the U.K. is down to 7th, and the U.S. is barely clinging to the top 10. And it's not bad luck. It's a reciprocity issue. The U.S. and U.K. kept their borders tight, and the world is finally saying, okay, our turn.
Which creates this massive mobility gap we've been seeing. The spread between Singapore at the top and the lowest ranked passport is now, what, 168 destinations?
A record 168. And you have to think about what that number actually represents. A Singaporean citizen has access to almost the entire planet.
While someone at the bottom is essentially under house arrest in their own country, the world is becoming hyper-connected for the winners.
And completely walled off for everyone else. And the clearest winner on that side of the equation has to be the UAE.
Oh, for sure. They've rocketed from 38th place to 5th globally since 2006.
Adding 149 destinations. That is a masterclass in diplomatic strategy. They treated mobility as a core tradable asset.
Not just an administrative headache.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, for those of us in the G7, the new reality is that frictionless travel is dead. Visa-free does not mean paperwork-free anymore.
We're seeing the rise of digital borders everywhere.
Everywhere.
Just look at the UK's electronic travel authorization. It became fully mandatory this February. You're now paying, what, 16s to £20 and filing applications days in advance.
And the EU is doing the exact same thing with ETS later this year.
Right. And that fundamentally changes what a passport even is. You don't just have the right to enter anymore.
You have the right to apply for permission to enter. It's a subtle but critical shift toward a pay-to-play model for everyone.
With all these digital fences going up, it's no wonder people are trying to buy their way out of the queue with the golden passport market. But even that loophole seems to be tightening, isn't it?
Oh, it's tightening hard. The market has shifted from transactional to, let's call it substance-based. Look at St. Kitts and Nevis.
What happened there?
As of January, they introduced a policy that basically killed the old model. You now need mandatory physical residency. You have to prove a genuine link to the island.
So you actually have to live there. That's a huge barrier for someone who just wanted the document. And Malta has doubled down on exclusivity, too. They're calling it citizenship by merit.
Yeah, and merit comes with a price tag of over 1.34 million euros. Plus, you're looking at 12 to 36 months of strict residency. It's not a commodity anymore. It's an elite status symbol you have to earn.
Okay, so if you don't have €1,000,000 in 3 years to spare, but you still want to hedge, where do you look? It seems like Paraguay is the Plan B darling of 2026.
Paraguay is the breakout star for the digital nomad crowd because it's a tax optimizer. You can get residency with just a $5,000 bank deposit.
That's accessible.
Very. But the killer feature is its territorial tax system. 0% tax on foreign-sourced income. If you earn in dollars or euros, Asuncion doesn't touch it.
That is hard to beat. And for those who want that efficiency, but with a bit more, say, luxury, the UAE Golden Visa is still the heavyweight contender.
It's the wealth magnet. A $545,000 real estate investment gets you a 5-year renewable residency and, again, 0% personal income tax. It's the premium tier.
So when we zoom out, the big takeaway here is that a single passport is now a single point of failure.
Absolutely. Whether it's political instability, sudden tax hikes, or just the friction of these new digital borders, relying on one government for your global access is a very outdated strategy.
It really redefines what it even means to be a global citizen.
It does. And here's a final thought for you to chew on. With countries like St. Kitts demanding you actually live there, and Europe putting up digital walls, are we seeing the end of true global citizenship? Or is this just the beginning of a much more exclusive members-only club? Something to think about next time you're scanning your QR code at customs.